Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. वो लगाया तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुवितावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपा सुतवाच लगा यं प्राव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं त्वयिपायनो विरहकातर आजुहावा पुत्रेति तन्मतया तरवो अभिनेदु तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text number 11. Sastam atrer apatyatvam Vritah prapto anasuyaya Anvikshim alarkaya Prahaladadibhya uchivan Sastam atrer apatyatvam Vritah prapto anasuyaya Anvikshim alarkaya Prahaladadibhya uchivan Sastam atrer apatyatvam Vritah prapto anasuyaya Anvikshim alarkaya Prahaladadibhya uchivan. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of the sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlada and others. Yadu, Haihaya, etc. The Lord incarnated himself as Dattatreya, the son of Rishi Atri and Anasuya. The history of the birth of Dattatreya as an incarnation of the Lord is mentioned in the Brahmana Purana in connection with the story of the devoted wife. It is said that Anasuya, the wife of Rishi Atri, prayed before the Lords Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva as follows. My lords, if you are pleased with me and if you desire me to ask from you some sort of blessing, then I pray that you combine together to become my son. This was accepted by the lords, and as Dattatreya, the Lord expounded the philosophy of the spirit soul and especially instructed Alarka, Pralada, Yadu, Haihaya, etc. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Kadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuga Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinanavandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishmanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhishcha Vipa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Mukam Karoti Vachalam. Hare Krishna. Thanks to feast, offer of the feast, full house. So for the newcomers, so we are actually we are in the first canto, third chapter. We are describing various incarnations. So Sudha Goswami, he narrated various, usually we have this conception, Dasavatar. This Dashavatar conception is not there in the Vedas, Puranas. This great Jayadev poet, he composed this Dashavatara Stotram. That's why it became very famous. Otherwise, there are in Bhagavatam, first canto, around 25, it is said that there are so many incarnations, just like waves of water or waves of the ocean. But main important incarnations have been described in Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, and second canto also. Sukadeva Goswami describes various pastimes of the Lord. So, it is described in very brief, all these incarnations. So, last week we have discussed about Lord Kapila, right? And then one more incarnation we discussed, Narayana Rishi and Lord Kapila. This week we will briefly describe Dattatreya. So Dattatreya's parents are Atri Muni and Anasuya. So there is a very philosophical meaning behind this incarnation. Please hear this very carefully. Atri. Three means three, right? Teen. And then A means beyond three. Bolo Santosh, what are the threes that you know? Various threes we know. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo. Then? Threefold miseries. Three worlds. What is that?
The Lord is went in three places.
Wow. London जाके आए और completely Krishna conscious. Very nice.
Birthday is special.
आज बर्थडे? अरे बोला नहीं किसी ने? हाँ? नेक्स्ट संडे हाँ? One more thing, Jagrata, Sushupta, Jagrata, Swapna and Sushupta. So, Atri means one who is beyond Jagrata, Swapna and Sushupti. Jagrata means right now we are in this state of Jagrata, wakefulness. Sushupti means deep sleep, and then Swapna means, in the Swapna means the body is resting, but the mind is very active. Right? In Jagrata, both mind and the senses are active. In Sushupti, both mind and the senses are inactive. Right? This is described in 11th canto Bhagavatam. You can read Pipalayana Muni. He described these three stages. And then there is a fourth stage. That fourth stage is, Turiya. Turiya means transcendental consciousness. We are all in these three stages, Jagrata, Swapna and Sushupti. Prabhupada described very nicely in the chapter Personified Vedas, prayers by personified Vedas. You can refer to that also. We are not going into that in detail today. So all of you remember, we are in the stage of Jagrata, Swapna and Sushupti. So we have to reach a fourth stage. What is that? Turiya. Right? We all have to reach that stage of Turiya. Atri Muni is in the stage of beyond three. Beyond three. That means he is beyond Jagrata, Swapna and Sushupti. Right? And also he is beyond three modes of nature. Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamagun. And who is his wife? Anasuya. Right? Anasuya means, last week only we have described. Asuya means, how many of you how many of you are free from Asuya? Nobody? Lalit Bhagya is free, where the moment we become free from Asuya, Bhagavad-gita knowledge will be manifest in your heart. So to the extent we are free from Asuya, to that extent we understand Bhagavad-gita and Bhagavatam. Both Valmiki Muni and Vyasadev, Sri Vyasadev, and also Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, they have requested envious people not to read their scriptures. Valmiki Muni requested, though all those who are envious, please don't read Ramayana. Vyasadeva also, he requested, all those who are envious, don't read Mahabharata. All those who are envious, don't read Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? Why? Because they won't understand, and they will increase their envy of Krishna and Rama and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So, Lord Krishna says, in Bhagavad-gita, 9th chapter, first verse, that idam tute guhyatamam pravakshami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Adhikar, so the adhikar, the qualification to understand Bhagavad-gita and Bhagavatam is to be free from asuya. Then what is jealousy? What is irsha? Vikas ji, boliye. What is irsha? So Dattatreya Rishi, he Prabhupada, it is mentioned that Namo Shantaya Ghoraya, then Mudaya Gunadharmine, Nirviseshaya Saumyaya, Namo Jnana Ganaya Cha. This is one of the prayers of Gajendra Moksha. So Gajendra mentions, this various incarnations in his prayer. So this Nirviseshaya, is referring to Dattatreya. So Dattatreya, when he appeared as a 16-year-old boy. Right? 16-year-old boy. Then all the people have become very happy in their hearts. When Duryodhana was born, everybody in this world became unhappy. Right? Became unhappy. When Kamsa was born, everybody became unhappy. So his own father, Ugrasena, he was taking this boy and he wanted to kill him by putting him in Yamuna. Ugrasen Maharaj, everybody advised, this is a rascal fellow, kill him. So unfortunately, Devaki's father, Devaka, he prevented him. Said, no, we should not kill him like that. So that is why Kamsa became very grateful to Devaka. And he considered Devaki as his own sister. That's why he was driving the chariot of Devaki and Vasudeva when they got married. That's why he was angry with his own father and jailed him. Because he came to know that my father wanted to kill me, like that. Same advice was given to Duryodhana about when Duryodhana was born. Vidura, advised, all the donkeys, jackals, and all, they were, shouting and howling when Duryodhana was born. Then meteors were falling. Then, very great, inauspicious, that is why everybody became unhappy. But when Krishna was born, when Ramchandra was born, when Dattatreya was born, whole world became very happy. Prithvi became very happy and started giving all the grains and all without cultivating. And then everybody became joyful. The Brahmanas became joyful. Even though people did not know that Dattatreya was born, but in their hearts they felt great joy. That is why they were celebrating. Then then what happened? Then Kamadhenu cow, she came and then she did Palabhishek, milk abhishek of Dattatreya by giving the milk naturally, like that. Then Airavata came. Then he brought Akash Ganga water. Then they bathed Lord Dattatreya. Then everybody, all the Devatas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras and all, they came and celebrated his birth by doing Pushpa Abhishek, by showering flowers on glorious Dattatreya. So like that. Then you see the 4 Vedas are there. The 4 Vedas, they became 4 dogs. Right? If you see Dattatreya, 4 dogs. So those dogs are Vedas, 4 Vedas. How many of you know the names of the Vedas? Please raise your one person raise hand. Yeah. Yeah, very good. So Then Saraswati Devi, she became a knowledge cow. Right? So you see cow, right? Dattatreya, and then 4 dogs, like that. Then Dattatreya, he was known as Avadut. Means he doesn't have any care, of the worldly cares and all that. So he became a transcendental person, Avadut. Then there are so many sages are living in that Chitragut Parvat. So their sons, who are almost 16-year-old boys, around 1,000 boys, they have understood that he is a Sadguru. He is a Sadguru. So by taking shelter of a Sadguru, we can immediately become Krishna conscious. So that is why they have decided to go along with Dattatreya. Right? So this Dattatreya Bhagavan, he objected, saying that I am a madman. What knowledge you will get? Then he said no. They said no, we will come with you. We will take shelter of your lotus feet, and we want to get knowledge from you, like that. So of course, previously they have this mutual testing used to go on. The spiritual master used to test the disciple, and the disciple also used to test the spiritual master, whether he is a qualified person or a cheater. Right? So what you should look into your spiritual master? Right? It is mentioned, Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So what is the greatest qualification of a spiritual master? Is he must have seen Krishna. He has seen Krishna. Tattva means Krishna. Tattvadarshina. So it is mentioned that one should have complete knowledge. Who is the spiritual master? Before knowing, before surrendering to you, anybody as a spiritual master. So the spiritual master should be free from all material desires. And he should be expert in all Vedic knowledge. He should have all knowledge, complete knowledge of Mahabharat, Ramayana, Upanishads. आगे आइए, इधर है जगह. पीछे बैठेगा तो प्रश्न पूछेगा. भागने के लिए. Hare Krishna. So everybody is understanding? So Dattatreya, so that is the first qualification of a spiritual master, that he should be free from all material desires, and then he should be situated in Brahman, right? Then also he should be expert in Mahabharat, Ramayana, Upanishads, and then Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-gita, right? I saw like that. And then, so anyway, even though Dattatreya Bhagavan, he is objecting to the boys, they have accompanied him. So there he saw one very beautiful lake, which is completely, nirmal, very calm, just like a heart of a sage, heart of a Mahatma. Heart of a Mahatma is compared to a lake, calm lake, so not agitated. Heart of a pure devotee is not agitated by any material desires. So, Dattatreya, when he saw this beautiful lake, he simply jumped into that lake. He simply jumped into the lake. Then these boys, they saw, what happened. Then they thought, we will see what is going to happen. So that is the first test. Mataji, don't chant. Hear the katha. She does. She understands English. क्लास में बैठ के जप नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि दोनों के लिए अपराध है. भागवत कथा के लिए अपराध है और हरिनाम के लिए भी अपराध है. So the first test he is taking. Sahanam, how much tolerance these boys have. One day has passed. Second day has passed. Third day has passed. Right? So meanwhile, they were thinking, first day has passed, Dattatreya, no sign of Dattatreya coming out, right? Coming out. So so the boys were thinking, because unless you get the order from the spiritual master, a disciple should not eat. Right? Should not eat. So they were not eating. So they were thinking, second day has passed. Some of the boys were thinking, maybe we should go take bath and take little fruit and all. And the others were warned, no, he may come out any time. Don't like that. And then also, then 3 days have passed. Right? So all the boys have waited. All the boys have waited. So they passed the first test. Yeah? They passed the first test. And then they were thinking, now, finally suddenly they saw some sound coming from the lake. So when they saw, then now they are hoping that Dattatreya Bhagavan is coming out. Then they are very happy that he would tell them to eat something. And immediately they saw a very, very beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl. Her eyes are like, lotus petals. Then her feet are like, lotus flowers. And then she is she has a very beautiful, well-structured body, wearing a very beautiful sari. Then her hair is like Neelaveni, means thick black hair. And it is just like as if they have some bumblebees are hovering around our head. That is the fashion. That time that was the fashion. अभी different colors लगाते right? बोलते क्या ऐसा क्यों किया, बोलते फैशन है. कैसा फैशन है? Fashion means beautiful black thick hair. That is the fashion, right? Long hair, that was right when the boy, we used to go for looking for the girls, we used to check all this. In Andhra, that was the fashion, that is the standard. The hair, choti should be below the hips. Then that means You know, that was the test, you know. Like that. So like that, she was having a very beautiful thick hair, black hair, you know, flowing, you know, below the hips, like that. So behind her, you know, Dattatreya Bhagavan came. Abhi Avadut Vesh chala gaya. Right? Then when Dattatreya Bhagavan came, then he came, then she came and sat on his lap. Sat on his lap. So some of the boys are thinking, "Ye kya ho raha hai? Hamare Guru Maharaj ka fall down ho gaya kya?" Like that. Then some of the boys, so Dattatreya, see, this is my condition. See, I fell, you know, I love this girl. Right? I love this girl. Like that. And then he started embracing her and all that. Then all the boys have understood that he is testing us. Said, we don't bother, you know, okay, no problem. Getting married is not a bad thing. So get married. So we don't bother. Like that, they have passed the second test also. You know, that our Guru Maharaj cannot do any wrong. Like that. Now, the toughest test is coming up. What is that? He just chanted some mantra. And a beautiful bar and restaurant appeared. And there are very nice servants, you know? Like both boys and girls. And they have very different, you know, brands of liquor. Yeah? And then they are serving, you know, each beautiful girl is serving in a very beautiful, you know, decorated, colored pots. Yeah? And then Dattatreya Bhagavan started enjoying the various cocktails. Yeah? Various cocktails. Then immediately, you know, there's some dance and, you know, all that, you know, happening. Then Dattatreya Bhagavan and his wife, Harini, you know, her name is Harini. So both of them started enjoying various brands of liquor. You know, white liquor, you know, then red wine, red liquor. So many different kinds of liquor they started enjoying. These 1,000 boys, they were horrified. You know, they were horrified to see his Guru Maharaj, you know, drinking liquor. Okay, getting married is okay, but drinking liquor, just can't tolerate. Like that, they ran away. Said, we don't want this kind of guru. If you enter our village again, Chitrakoot, we will bind you and beat you up. Hare Krishna. See, then as soon as they went away, then this bar and restaurant has disappeared. Then all the boys and girls have disappeared. Then there, Lakshmi and Narayana. So she is none other than Lakshmi Devi, you know. And then Dattatreya Bhagavan, in a beautiful form, they have appeared and they were sitting together. Just see, these boys, unfortunately, I thought, so he promised that if these boys, if they pass the test, right, I will send them to Vaikuntha. Right? So all of them, then they were discussing, just see, they have passed the 2 tests. If they passed this test also, I would have sent them to Vaikuntha, but unfortunately they failed. I am not able to send even one. Then suddenly there was a cry. said, Guru Maharaj, I am here, I have passed the test, because I don't mind, all this, because 999, they ran away, but one boy, he was hiding behind a tree. Then he was watching all this drama. Then he came and caught hold of his lotus feet. Said, no, you have to deliver me. Then his name was Ajagara, his disciple. He said, okay, you teach all this Vedanta philosophy. Then after that, when your life is over, you will go back to Vaikuntha. Like that, he blessed him. So like that. So that is the test for it is Dattatreya, like that. So meanwhile, there is one very great king. He established Haihaya dynasty in Mahishmatipur. Mahishmati is the name of his wife, Mahishmati. Right? Like that. So he was very nicely, this is described in Markandeya Purana, that Narmada river, the glories of Narmada river is described in Markandeya Purana, that anybody who takes bath in Narmada river, Narmada, he gets a covering, because of which, even if he goes to hell and then Yamadutas, they beat him, they will not feel the pain. And those who continuously, on a regular basis, they take bath in Narmada river, they get mukti. So on the bank of Narmada river, he established a very great kingdom, Haihaya Vamsha. So this king's son, then he ruled so nicely. That the public was so happy that they didn't feel any pain of threefold miseries. Right? So it is it is mentioned that their son was Kartavirya Arjuna. Kartavirya Arjuna. He is also known as Sahasrabahu. It is mentioned that Sahasrabahu, because of the Matru dosha, once she went to attend a Abhishek ceremony of the Lord. After the Abhishek ceremony, when somebody offered a Charanamrit, she refused to honor Charanamrit. Because of that, her son, it's called Matru dosha, her son was born with disability in his hands. So he became then this king, his father died, and then this boy, he is a disabled boy, and then he is unable to even offer ahuti to the sacrifice. He cannot even catch bow and arrow properly. So he was very there was no king, and all the ministers and all, they were very disturbed. What to do now? Like that. Then somebody has suggested to him that nearby forest, there is one great personality, Dattatreya, he was staying there. Right? He was staying there. And then you go and take shelter of him. Go and take shelter of him. And this Dattatreya, he is not like Srila Prabhupada, right? So Prabhupada was very merciful and gracious and very easy to approach. Right? So in Kali Yuga, the spiritual masters, they don't test the disciples, because the people are not at all interested to surrender to Guru or anything. So the Gurus have to chase them. Right? Like Prabhupada says, Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna appeared and he declared, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Give up all kinds of religious systems, Sarvadharman parityaja. All of us, we follow this first line. Right? Sarvadharman parityaja. We all gave up. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, we all gave up Sarvadharman parityaja. But other we don't follow. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Right? So he was watching, nobody was coming. Because it's such a tough condition, what is the difficulty, in worship, if you want Krishna, what you should do? 3 asks. Anybody remembers? Shubhangi Mataji, you remember? 3 asks. Hare, I didn't ask you, right? You will tell. Say loudly. Anusmaran. Now, who can tell? You can tell? Anusmaran? Anusmriti? Ananya Bhakti? Yeah, very good. Bolo, sab log bolo. 3 asks we require. In Bhagavad-gita, Krishna keeps on saying this. What are they? 3 asks? Bolo? Anusmarana or Anusmriti? Both are same. Then Ananya Bhakti. And then Avyabhicharini Bhakti. So what is Avyabhicharini Bhakti? Omkar?
No one else.
No, that is Ananya Bhakti. Who can tell? Krishna Veni Garu? What is Avyabhicharini Bhakti? No. Avyabhicharini, Shamsundar Garu?
Only Krishna.
Unless you know, how will you follow? Very good. Oh yeah, एक तो है. इतना मेरा इतना ब्लड जाता है लेक्चर दे के. कभी कभी मैं सोचता हूँ क्यों इतना मैं लेक्चर देता हूँ. One of such student will say, okay, I should give. Avyabhicharini. Vyabhichar is very simple, Vyabhichar means? Prostitution, right? Avyabhicharini means? Chaste. Right? So Prabhupada translated, without falling down. Sangrit, bolo? What is Avyabhicharini Bhakti? We should practice devotion service without falling down. Then Ananya Bhakti means except Krishna, no other. Ananya means no other, only Krishna. Then Anusmriti means constantly remembering. Right? Many people they ask why Krishna gives trouble to his devotees. Because of this. To enable us to constantly remember Krishna. Devotees, when they are in trouble, they constantly remember Krishna. It is mentioned that the gopis, Krishna told the gopis, during the Vasraharan, pastime, that you in aane wale raaton mein, means in the future nights, your desire will be fulfilled. We will participate in rasa dance. Right? So, because of that, the gopis, they were constantly thinking of Krishna, for the day to come. Anusmriti. In order to put them on the platform of Anusmriti, Krishna indicated that we will dance, together like that. So that is. And then, why did Durga Devi appear in front of Kamsa and indicated to him that tumko marne wala already appeared? So that put him, Kamsa, on Anusmriti, constantly remembering Krishna. Constantly remembering Krishna. So constant remembrance of Krishna, Krishna himself says, which verse? Bolo Anil, Mallanna, idhar. 8th chapter Bhagavad-gita. Huh? That is there. One more verse is there. Krishna says in 8th chapter. That is also nice. Ananya, he says. Bolo, Sujata? Ananya Cheta Satatam Yomam Smarati Nitya Saha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nitya Yuktasya Ananya Cheta Satatam. Right? Then Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yejana Paripasate Manmana Bhavat Bhakta. So Krishna keeps on saying Ananyas, Ananya Bhakti, Anusmriti. So we have to come to that platform to get Krishna. Anyway, so it is very difficult to get Krishna. That is why nobody was surrendering to Krishna. Right? Nobody was surrendering to Krishna. So that is why Prabhupada writes, Krishna only appeared as devotee, as Lord Chaitanya. And then he showed how to surrender. Then Lord Chaitanya removed that condition. Krishna kept a condition. You completely give up all kinds of religious systems. Surrender unto me only. Mamekam only. Sharanam Raja. Aham Tvam Sarv. Then I will free you from all sinful reactions and give you moksha. Moksha Ishyami Mahashuchaha. Don't worry. But Prabhupada says, Mahaprabhu removed that condition of complete surrender. He said, first you chant Hare Krishna. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada describes very nicely that this is the great facility of Lord Chaitanya's movement, that Mahaprabhu removed that condition of complete surrender. You don't have to surrender first. He said, but first you do these two things first. Prabhupada says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Glories of Haridas Thakur, chapter Antalila, that first you start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then worship Tulsi every day. Every day all of you should do pradakshina of Tulsi, and then put water to the Tulsi, touch the Tulsi. All this you should do every day. Right? Then what happens? Atha tadiyanam sevanam tulasyaha yatha shande ye drishta nikilaga sanga samani sprushta vapuhu pavani roganam abhivandita nirasani silatanka trashni pratyasatti vidyayini bhagavataha krishnasya samrorpita mishta tacharane vimukti falada tasyai tulasyai namaha. Service to the things related to the Lord, service to the Tulsi from Skanda Purana. Seeing Tulsi destroys all sins. Aaya kya?
Yes.
Touching her purifies the body. Bowing down to her destroys all sufferings. Sprinkling her with water delivers one from death. Planting her bestows attachment of the mind to Lord Krishna. Offering her to Krishna's lotus feet bestows special liberation in the form of prema. I offer my respects to Tulsi. Right? Do all these things to Tulsi. Then you will get Krishna prema. So what is this? You do these first things, chanting Hare Krishna and watering Tulsi, worshipping of Tulsi. Then it will give you, then surrender will come. So Dattatreya, so this Kartviri Arjuna, because he was a disabled person, he surrendered to Dattatreya. Dattatreya made him go through hell. Very, very. Now there is no time to tell, but he made him, he gave him severe testing he has done. Severe testing of faith. Right? Severe testing of faith. Then, finally, Kartavirya Arjuna pleased Dattatreya. He remained very steadfast. Then all this liquor thing, women, all these things he has done to him. He was drinking and doing all kinds of nonsense, breaking all regulative principles. Everything he has done, in front of Kartavirya Arjuna. Kartavirya Arjuna said, Guru Maharaj, aap hi mera sab kuch hai. Like that. Then Dattatreya, he became very pleased with Kartavirya Arjuna. Then he said, what you want? Why are you worshipping me so much? Then he said, I want to be the king, give me strength in my arms. Make my arms, fit. I am giving you 1,000 arms. Sahasra Bahu. That's why he became known as Sahasra Bahu. He had 2 hands which are disabled, but because he has pleased Dattatreya, he gave him 1,000 arms. He has, Kartavirya Arjuna is a very great king that he said, all my praja, they should get food and everything without working. अब मोदी ऐसा हो रहा है, अच्छा होता है। क्यों कि इंटरनेशनल चलाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, बैठे बैठे भागवत पढ़ो, सब पैसा आ जाए, राइट? हर दिन ट्रेन में जाओ, like that. So without cultivating land, they used to get food, everything, by the mercy of Dattatreya. Kartavirya Arjuna is such a great king, because of his so piety. He is not, of course, after all of you know, what happened after that? Very powerful king. That, it's all, he got all the strength by the mercy of Dattatreya. Right? He is so powerful that one day he was, Ravanasur, he was camping with his many girlfriends and wives and all in Narmada river. And Kartavirya Arjuna also camping with his wives. Right? All these boys, if they have a beautiful wife or a girlfriend, they will do all kinds of monkey tricks, Stunts. Some of the boys, they ride the bike and all. So like that, they stunt, they have, you have to do all these things to please the wife, right? To impress the wife. So he was doing the stunt of, with his 1,000 arms, he stopped the flow of Narmada river. There and down, Ravanasur, he was worshipping Lord Shiva, he has no water. There is no water, to bathe Lord Shiva. Like that. Kya ho gaya? And then this fellow, he was doing vihar with his girlfriends, with stopping the flow of Narmada river with 1,000 arms. He came to fight. Sahasrabahu, he just arrested him. He arrested him and put him in the jail in Mahismatipur. So he, I think for 12 years or something like that, he was jailed. Ravanasur was jailed in Mahismatipur. There are different stories. It's Parshuram, Parshuram and Ravanasur, that's why they are friends. Because Parshuram is a disciple of Lord Shiva. He learnt his Dhanurvidya from Lord Shiva. Then as a Guru Dakshina, Parshuram, Lord Shiva asked Parshuram, please go and fight with this, release him, release Ravanasur. So Parshuram went and released Ravanasura. So that is why Parshuram never attacked Lanka, because both are friends. Or not friend, Guru Bhai, whatever. Like that. Anyway, so then Dattatreya said, you got all this strength, but when you offend Brahmanas, only my incarnation only will kill you. Later on, all of you know, Parshuram killed Kartavirya Arjuna because he offended Brahmanas and all that. So, there is Dattatreya, he gave some instructions. There is one very, very powerful demon, Sambarasur. So, all the demigods, they were very, very afraid of this Sambarasur demon. Then, it's a long story. So, this Dattatreya Bhagavan killed him because he made Lakshmi to sit on his head. He carried that Lakshmi on his head. Then, as soon as he carried Lakshmi on his head, he became destroyed. He got killed. So in this regard, Dattatreya, he gave very nice instructions. There are 7 places in our body where Lakshmi stays. Feet. So when Lakshmi stays in the feet, Graha Yogam. Otherwise, rented house. Right? If Lakshmi stays in your feet, that means, you are blessed. Women should apply haldi to their feet. Men should wash their feet after passing urine, after taking meals, while entering the temple, paying respects to their parents, going for Katha Shravan. Right? Sanjay? That is why they say, of course, not usually Lakshmi stays in the hands of the ladies, right? Something like that. So that is why they are supposed to massage the feet of their husbands. Then Lakshmi is transferred to their feet so that they can have a house. अभी बोलूँगा तो मुझे मारेंगे हाँ हाँ all the ladies will stop attending my lectures. That's why I'm not saying loudly. 108 pradakshinas. Suppose what you should do for Lakshmi to enter the feet? 108 pradakshina in the temple for seeing Arundhati star, running to help others, going out and carrying the chappals of a sadhu, and women should always wear nupur, ankle bells. That's number 2, Katimandalam or waist. One gets very nice clothes and ornaments when Lakshmi stays in a Katimandalam. One should do Surya Namaskar or Dandavat Pranam in the temple, performing Sandhya Vandanam. Number 3, chest portion. When the Lakshmi stays in the chest portion, it gets lots of children. By offering pranams with Anjali Mudra to spiritual master, or offering prayers, giving charities by touching Anjali to the chest, Lakshmi will stay. He is saying what is the benefit and then how to get Lakshmi. I'm saying like that. Number 4, that is in the chest. And in the heart, when Lakshmi stays in the heart, then Karya Siddhi will happen. Then Kantasthanam or throat. When Lakshmi stays in the Kantasthanam, then whatever he speaks, he will become very famous. People will, hear, and then so many thousands of people will come to hear him. Like we see so many famous speakers. right? That means they have, Lakshmi Devi in their Kantasthanam. Face Manjula Kanti Samagram. One can speak very nicely, gets food on time, no starvation. So Kavitvam. Like that. But when Lakshmi Devi stays on your head, everything will be destroyed. So that is why we should make sure that is why we should, you should not, scratch your head. Because in the nails, Lakshmi Devi stays. So if you scratch your head, then Lakshmi will come on your head. Then you will lose everything. That's why, in Andhra, mothers and all, they would, hey, why are you scratching your head? Right? Like that they will... Karagre Vasati Lakshmi. Like that. So these are the instructions of Dattatreya Bhagavan in Markandeya Puran. Right? Whatever I have spoken, it is from Markandeya Puran. So any questions or comments? I can't hear. Huh? I don't know so much. Huh? Anyway, we don't follow so much Dattatreya because he's basically spoke Vedanta and all that. We don't so much follow. Yeah, anybody? You have some question? So what is the take-home lesson today? What is your name? What is your name? Sachin. You attended that Tuesday lecture? Very good. Bimbisar, yeah. So when you are going? You took bath? Wow. We didn't go, right, anytime, Narmada River?
No, I completed after Narayan Narmada
Madhya Pradesh it flows, I think.
When we go from Indore to Omkareshwar, so there is a place in between. I think one ashram is I'm missing. That's
anybody knows Nadi and Nada? What is the difference? Anybody knows? There is a difference between Nadi and Nada. Narmada, right? So Nadi, all these rivers, there are those rivers which flow towards east. They are called Nadi. And all those rivers who go and mix with Arabian Ocean, they are called Nada. Narmada, Tapati. I think Gomati also, I think. No. Only these two? This is called Nadam. They are called, these two are Nada. And others are Nadi. Bolo. We have 5 minutes.
Hare Krishna. So, not to appear in our heart, so we should be first Atri and Anasuya.
That is the main. Purabji, what is the take-home lesson for you? Give the mic.
The same thing also Prabhuji said.
What did he say?
To be in a state of and not to be envious.
Wow, very good. Mataji, you can tell? Mrs. Purab.
Same thing, Prabhuji. Same thing, Prabhuji.
No, say what it is. Give it the mic. Say something else, na?
I would just generalize it. Today is my first class, and there are so many things I would learn. It's not the one thing that I'll be taking home, but many.
Say one thing.
This I never knew about it. One thing. Tulsi ji, everybody says yes. So many things about Tulsi ji. So much in detail about Dattatreya Bhagwan, which I never knew. We used to just go and bow whenever you could see a Dattatreya temple. So many things, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyway, Mataji, I think your first time? You came before? Before? What is your name? Kanchanji.
Yeah, it's regarding Tulsi, that we should pray, and normally we just put water, that's all. But the reason behind it, I got to know today only.
I request all of you, every day, you offer Tulsi along with Chandan to the lotus feet of Krishna. How many of you are offering already? Every day you offer? Every day, take a Tulsi and little Chandan, you paste, and then offer to the lotus feet of the Lord. Stick it to the lotus feet of the Lord, saying, I Nanda Tanuja, Kinkaram Patitam Mamishame Bhavambudo, Krupayatava Pada Pankaja, Stitaduli, Sadrisham, Vichintaya. Prabhupada said in one of the lectures, this is the greatest service you can do to Krishna, offering Tulsi and Chandan to the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay? So do this, then you will get Krishna Prema one day in your life. Then, बाल गोपाल के तो लोटस फीट नहीं है क्या? Who else? Who will tell? Vikas. Vijay Ramrup. Give the mic.
It wasn't quite straightforward comment by Prabhupada on the Western diplomacy. If an Western is envious, we should not be respected and neglected. That's a new thing which I understood. Otherwise, we always foreign diplomacy. If you are envious, we still offering the respect, may not by heart, at least by the words.
Vaishnava should be free from politics, diplomacy, groupism, enviousness, all, Then only we can make progress. Otherwise, simply Shobhaji, Yeah, who else? Ladies, Sapna ji, give that mic.
When you become beyond of Triguratmak stages and become free from enemies, then Narayan appears in your home.
Very good. Hare Krishna. Radhacha Mataji, what will you tell your daughter?
Right. At the outset, I'm not a regularite, but I was listening when you said that the son should not eat without the spiritual master's permission. And I'm reminded of how Srila Prabhupada, when his Western disciples did come to India, and they would go to Indian homes for feast prasadam, because Prabhupada said when somebody invites us, we must go. And then, they didn't know that if you don't want, Indians how they force you to eat. I guess I'm here to eat today because they insisted that prasadam, and you posted prasadam is awesome, please come, so we are here. But when they came back from the feast, the American disciple told Srila Prabhupada, my stomach is bursting. And Prabhupada said, yes, I know you ate 18 puris. So he said, Prabhupada, do you know this? And the other disciple said, Srila Prabhupada, how do you know this? Srila Prabhupada said, you ate 15, so you keep quiet. So Prabhupada was telling these things to the disciple. And after I remember, I don't know that who his friend was in Vrindavan, but Srila Prabhupada, the man was cooking for Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, I'm very hungry. So he said, Prabhupada, I'm making now, but it takes time. Srila Prabhupada said, I can cook all of this in 1 hour and give it to you. You want to bet with me? So he said, bet with you? Prabhupada said, for 150 rupees, let's have a bet. I can make this in 1 hour. So the friend of Srila Prabhupada said, see Prabhupada,
Bhagatji.
Bhagatji, right. So Bhagatji said, You want to bet with me? Bhagavad ji said, क्या फायदा Prabhupada? Either which way, अगर जीतूंगा तो आप मेरे से वो 150 रुपए ले लोगे, बोलोगे कृष्णा को दो और हाथ में डालोगे. So Ramrup Prabhuji is like that. No matter what you do, it's a win-win for him. Whatever Lakshmi that you get, give it in his service. He's an amazing speaker, and I am so proud of all of you who've come here. Not like me for the feast, but for what he teaches and what he inspires so many. And I love the, so magnanimous. He said, one person understands and answers. I mean, my purpose of being here is served. So it's really nice that lady who said all the 3 hours. I thought it was 3 hours, and I thought, oh, I didn't was asking about the hour. But I must, it's commendable that all of you come week after week. Please stay on to him, hold on to him, like he was saying, Srila, this morning, if you heard his part of the class, that even if you, Srila Prabhupada said, even if I kind of pray to you and worship you, am I going to go back? And Prabhupada said, yes. So you just have to hold on to him, and your journey back home is guaranteed. Thank you, Courage.
Hare. Okay, today there is a big feast, enjoy, sponsored by Srinath Krishna Prabhu and Vaikunteshwari Mataji on the occasion of birth of their grandchild. Yuvraj Singh.
She has some questions. She wants to say something.
I have one query. I don't know the exact mythological story, but they say that on Sunday it's a sin to worship Tulsi ji with water. Is that true?
No.
No?
Tulsi should not be worshipped by women during the 3 days. Otherwise,
You see, on Sunday one should not.
no. You should not. On Dwadasi and some other days, you should not pluck the Tulsi. Okay, Hare Krishna.